How do you do, y'all? This is John, and today we are talking about Wake Up Dead Man, a new movie out in theaters and soon to be on Netflix right now. Well, I should say out in some theaters. And in Wake Up Dead Man, it deals with Benoit Blanc, the detective from the previous two Knives Out movies, who is called into action once again when this Catholic priest is murdered in a very bizarre murder. So now Blanc has to use his, high intelligence to figure out this case and solve it before a potentially innocent man is put in prison because local police have their guy and you're given every reason to think it's not him. Now, to get things started, first and foremost, what I liked about the movie. The characters in this movie are thankfully a step up from Glass Onion, the last Knives Out movie. I never got a chance to see that one in theaters. I had to wait until it was out on Netflix. But I remember just not caring too much about the characters in Glass Onion. A lot of them I thought they were pretty annoying. And, unfortunately they made Benoit Blanc an idiot in that film, which was not a big fan of that. I'm serious, I'm not over the stupidity of him letting that one girl show a very important information to the killer, just letting the killer burn it.
It's just dumb.
With this movie, Benoit Blanc is a lot more intelligent, thankfully, and many of the things he does, it's actually kind of smart. All of the acting's good. There's no real standout performance, but I think all of the actors do a good job. Daniel Craig, Josh O'Connor, Josh Brolin. Kaylee Spaney's not in the movie enough, but when she is, she is doing a good job. There are some minor, one-scene actors in the movie that I don't think do that great of a job. However, the ones that matter do a good job. As far as the visuals go, I think that the cinematography is well done. Nothing too special, I should say. Nothing too special, but it is well done. It is a visually appealing looking movie. And when it comes to VFX work, I didn't really see a whole lot, if there's even any at all. And if it is, if there is, then it's well done VFX work, which puts a step up from Glass Onion. And as far as the storytelling goes, it's kind of the best and worst of Rian Johnson. Rian Johnson is the writer and director of the movie. I have mixed feelings for him as a filmmaker. On one hand, he shows occasionally that he is genuinely talented, but on the other hand, sometimes, the dude's clearly woke, and sometimes that really negatively affects his movies. The guy just simply doesn't seem to understand that putting politics in a movie isn't exactly the smartest decision in the world, and you probably should not do that unless you're extremely talented and know how to put it in a movie and not have it negatively affect the story. Sometimes he pulls it off, sometimes he don't. With this movie's case, it's not like the first Knives Out where it hardly affects the movie at all, but it's also not like Glass Onion where you're just simply annoyed by all the woke crap going on. It negatively affects the movie on a small scale because, when it happens, sometimes it just seems very ignorant. I'm serious, it just comes across as ignorant on occasion, and you're just in there going, Ryan, you clearly don't understand this. Oh well, at least it's not as annoying, someone burning down the Mona Lisa to prove a statement. So yes, on one hand you have good storytelling, but on the other hand, some of the wokeism does negatively affect the film. And since we're on the subject matter of criticisms, I got I got a few, things to criticize about the movie. First and foremost, one of the things that I liked about the first film is that it didn't screw around. Backstories were told in flashbacks. You get to the murder right at the beginning of the film. That movie just simply did not screw around and knew what its audience wanted. That is it. With this film, it takes a little bit of time to get to the murder, not as much as Glass Onion did, but it takes more time to get there. And while there is some interesting stuff in it, I really think that could have been summarized a lot more quickly. I understand, it's kind of the same story as the previous two movies. Rian Johnson wants to do something different. I respect. What I'm trying to say, though, is that he could have, shrunk it down a little bit and made the pacing leading up to the murder a lot better. There's also this event that occurs that I think could have been different. I'm not going to get into any, spoilers, but something happens that is just unexplainable. And this happens in real life. Look at the miracle of Fatima. That's a great example. And sometimes you just can't explain things. That is the way the real world works. This event would have been better if it was just left unexplained. Because, like I said, this stuff happens in real life. In the real world, some stuff just it happens and you have no explanation for it. And I really think that, keeping a mystery, keeping it unexplained would have been a lot better and more beneficial, and maybe help with, some character development from certain characters. So in conclusion, Wake Up Dead Man. I thought it was a good movie. It's definitely a lot better than Glass Onion, because I don't care for that film. I would argue that, the first Knives Out is a little bit better, but for what it's worth, Wake Up Dead Man was a good movie. The actors are good, the characters, they're good. Benoit Blanc is intelligent again, thankfully. Story's good, suffers from wokeism a little bit, but not to the level that Glass Onion suffered from. Couple of issues aside, I did enjoy this movie. It's got a limited theatrical release right now, and I say go check it out in a theater if you can find one near you. If not, it is coming out on Netflix next month. It was a miracle that, because I live in small town Indiana, it's a miracle that I was able to find a theater close to me that I could go see this film in. We don't get Netflix movies very often in small town Indiana. Let's say go check it out in a theater, or again, it's coming out on Netflix next month. Go check it out there if you have a Netflix. You'll have a good time. I'm going to give Wake Up Dead Man a 7. Well, that's all the time I have for today. Please look forward to more videos real soon. Please hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Please also subscribe if you're new to the channel. And don't forget, I have a secondary channel where I do gaming content. Please go check it out. And please remember, the Badetsky will return.